Well, good afternoon. I have I've been waffling over making this video, but um, I figured I wanted to stay keep my videos kind of consistent on what's going on. So today is Sunday, December 21st, I believe. Yeah, and on Thursday I went to the eye doctor, a retinal specialist. And I'd had some blurred vision problems with my left eye. And so I thought maybe it was my retinopathy because I've had that for years. And usually what happens is they look at my eye and then they say, well, it's, your retinopathy. And then I get an updated prescription of my glasses, and that's the end of it. But this time was different. And it was it was an eye-opening thing. As you may or may not know, I quit my job about 8 months ago and decided to go ahead and retire because work injury, and I just couldn't do that anymore. So a few weeks ago, I started having some blurred vision, and I had set in motion the process to sell my house. Closing was coming up, and I had found a place here in my hometown to rent. And so anyway, closing was on Tuesday, and my plan was to stay here in my hometown for a little bit and make other plans, do some traveling. So closing was on Tuesday, and then Thursday I went to the eye doctor, and I have macular degeneration, which is something that causes blindness, basically. Sometimes it isn't bad, sometimes it is slow over time. My aunt had it, my dad had it. My aunt was completely blind from it. My dad went completely blind in one eye for sure. And I don't really know about the other because he wasn't a real talkative person about his conditions, I guess you could say. Anyway, so with that diagnosis, my left eye is pretty significant and the right is very mild. The left eye, it's just very blurry. I can't see anything with my glasses on or with them off. It doesn't make any difference. And the doctor said that I needed to have a shot in my eye. It was critical to have the shot to keep it from progressing. So I agreed to have the shot. It was very traumatic. They put this stuff in my eye that kept my eye on fire for at least 12 hours. And I don't know if I'm going to go back and do it again. I know that people have had this done with no big deal, but I just don't know if I can deal with that pain of that stuff in my eye. The shot didn't hurt, they numbed it, but this stuff they put in my eye, betadine, it burned my eye like crazy. And I did tell them ahead of time that I'm allergic to iodine, so I don't know why they thought that putting betadine in my eye was going to be a good idea. Anyway, I'm going to talk to them about that. Tomorrow I'm going to call them on the phone and find out, if that's something they can change for something else that doesn't burn. Otherwise, I may not get it done again. The shots don't generally help the vision. They slow down the progression, is what I've been told. So with it being slowed down, I'm not really sure how that's going to benefit me any because I can't see out of that eye anyway. It's completely blurred, and it makes everything very disorienting for me to try to see out of that eye. Now, the right is a slight situation. I can see pretty well up close. Distance, I can't see all that well. I can't read street signs. So with all that, this puts a big a big question mark over my travel plans because I have a real hard time reading signs, reading anything really. I have a hard time with it because I get exhausted really quickly. I start getting a headache trying to read things and navigating. There's just so many things that have changed. So I don't really know what the next step is going to be for me as far as travel goes. I have a trip planned in April. Mid-January, I think I'm supposed to finish paying for the cruise part of the trip and some of the accommodations. And I have to decide between now and then if I'm going to take the trip. And at this point, I really haven't decided. I'm just really shocked about all this. And I don't know which way to go with it. It's just very upsetting and confusing. I'm not really generally a depressed person, so I don't know if that's a word I can use. I've been through a lot of traumatic things in my life, a lot of painful, traumatic things in my life, physically painful, and that was extremely painful. And it is probably, I don't know. Anyway, that's all I've got for right now. And I'm going to wait and see if that shot does any good for me. I don't remember the doctor saying it would make anything any better. Only thing I remember is stopping progression, which I don't know if that really makes any difference since I can't see out of that eye anyway. I don't know. So that's basically the point, is I don't know. So anyway, next time, maybe I'll have a better update and have a Merry Christmas and enjoy the new year.